What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another live stream. Just give me a second to get everything ready. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm a little late, but we're here. Everything's about to go smoothly, and we are back at it again. What is going on, everybody that's in the chat? Just give me a second to get what is going on. Oops. Just give me a second, real quick. All right. So we are live. I'll probably be doing this for about an hour, 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours, depending on how the chat is going. Make sure you guys tell, your family and friends, everything like that, to, like and subscribe, because we are on the road to 1K, and we will be posting daily videos every day until 1,000 subscribers. What is up, Sean? Glad you can make it. Barm, glad you can make it too. I kind of just got it just because, I feel like I needed to have at least one of every jersey in, the Phillies kind of wardrobe. I have the blue one. I have the pinstripes. Got the gray one. The all maroon one. Pretty cool. So we will just wait until a couple other people get in here. And, we'll talk Philly sports. We'll talk, the draft, my expectations for the Sixers coming back. If you haven't already checked out my video on that, make sure you go check that out. Yeah, so I just tweeted it out, and we will be waiting until some people get in here. Maybe I'll get a RB on here to see if he wants to join in a little bit. Who knows? But probably not tonight. But I did upgrade to the new software, to the new StreamYard. I upgraded the StreamYard, so that's always good. Powder blue must return as the permanent road uniform. I agree with that. I do like the powder blue jerseys. What do you think about the MLB disagreements? The MLB's all messed up right now. They are just so messed up. It's kind of ridiculous to me, honestly. I hate it. I mean, I just want to see them play baseball, and they really can't. So hopefully we can get something figured out. What is up, Brokey? What is up, my guy Nate? My boy in real life. Can't wait till I'm in the NBA and you can debate about me. I mean, if you're on the Sixers, I'll debate. We'll talk about it. But, glad all you guys can make it out to the stream. Again, we'll probably be doing, this for an hour, 30 minutes, somewhere around that time. We have 4 people in here right now, so MLB is on the verge of extinction. Yeah, I honestly see that happening, which sucks because I really do enjoy watching baseball a lot. And if that was to, disappear, it would just be awful. Like, who would want to, like, baseball's been around the longest. It would suck. It really would suck because I really do enjoy watching the Phillies. But, we will have to wait and see for that, I'm guessing. Yeah, it is a dying sport, which sucks. It really, like, honestly, like, I genuinely have a lot of love for the game of baseball. I went to 31 games last year, but it's just like Sean says right here. Or hold on real quick. What is on my guy Phillies rumors? Glad you can make it to the stream. I'm so happy we signed that kid from OC. There's only one high schooler there too. Yeah, I saw that on the drive back from my cousin's house that we signed a pitcher or something. Poorly marketed sport. Games are too late where the young viewers can. Yeah, and it's just not exciting. Like, to the younger like, on House of Highlights or on Bleacher Report, they post clips of NBA, NFL, every day. Even hockey has made it more than baseball. It's just like, I feel like there has to be something that they can do to make it more genuine, to make it better. Because to me, they have they have so many players. You can't tell me that there shouldn't be a Hard Knocks for baseball, or there shouldn't be a Mic'd Up for baseball. Like when Freddie Freeman did that thing during the preseason, that was great. I enjoyed watching that. But it's just hard. It's really just hard. Yeah, I did see that. He's like 6'6". He's pretty tall. I think if they don't play the MLB this year, they may not be in MLB anymore. Rob Manfred he's a clown. Like, he really has. Hold on, I'm gonna move my mic up a little bit. He really has no idea what he's doing. Like, you see the MLB or the NBA with Adam Silver and Roger Goodell and the NHL. Like, they have set plans and they're doing good. They're just doing so much better. And there's no reason why the MLB shouldn't be playing right now. That's good. I mean, we do need pitchers, and especially young guys at that. I hate ESPN. They post football and basketball. They post it because, do people really want to watch baseball? They don't market it enough. It's bad. It's because baseball's slow, unlike most modern sports, and people nowadays have no time. It's true. I mean, the amount of times I go to a Phillies game and there is just a group of people on their phones not even paying attention. People say, oh, well, they're putting up the nets, which is a bad thing. Well, maybe if you paid attention to the game, we wouldn't have to put up the nets. It's just, I just don't know. Yeah, I like Casey Martin. He's going to be a good. I think I'm going to do a video on that. Pace of play needs to increase, widen the strike zone, enforce pitch clocks, market the young stars. You're going to, here's the thing. Everybody knew who Zion Williamson was before he even got to Duke. I had no idea who Mick Abel was until the day he was drafted. That's where this is kind of messed up. A senior pitcher gets drafted 15th overall to the Phillies. Okay? I know who he is because he's a Philadelphia athlete now. That's the only reason why I know who he is. Zion was the number one pick before he even reached college. And it's because we watched him. We saw him. Like, it's just ridiculous, honestly. I was ranting about ESPN because they only talk about LeBron, Giannis, and golf. It's true. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I really don't like Giannis, because I feel like he just gets the most attention out of any media site there is. Like, he's a great player, but I just don't know if he should be getting all of that. ESPN only covers sports they carry, never NHL, and as pisses people are with baseball, it's dying. It's true. I mean, I remember ESPN when they had Barry Melrose on there with somebody else, like somebody else. But I remember watching that and being interested in hockey. They took that down. There's now TV channels with MLB Network, NBA TV, all things like that. Like, people are going to want to watch the sports that they want. Football and now basketball are the number one and number two sports in America. It used to be baseball. It is clearly not that anymore. I didn't either. I never do. Like, football, soccer has had a crossover. That's just an example. MLB has so many. They really do. Like, you're going to tell me they can't mic up the players and talk to them? They're not doing anything the majority of the game in the outfield. They did it during the All-Star game. That was the most fun I had all season, was watching the All-Star game. I'm a Pelicans fan, and I've loved Zion when he was on Duke, and I love him. I mean, I'm sure you do. Zion's a great player. I watched him get drafted. I met Zion. Baseball runs. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a diehard Philly sports fan. Being able to watch now Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper was a guy I liked, even though he was a national. It's just, I don't know. I hate ESPN, load the network. I very, very, very rarely watch ESPN nowadays. Now it's usually, I get my stuff through Twitter, I get my stuff through Instagram, and like Bleacher Report, The Score. It's very rarely do I see a notification from ESPN that I don't already know about prior to my video being made, honestly. Because as soon as I see something, like as soon as I saw that Will Parks, like, this is just an example, when Darius Slay and Will Parks got drafted or got traded to the Eagles or signed to the Eagles, I made a video that day, that instant. And ESPN was putting it out like hours later. Yeah, I mean, video games have more attention than baseball does nowadays. What do you think of Ben working out? I like it. I think Ben Simmons is going to really step up his game. I really hope he does step up his game because, we need him. He's Ben Simmons. We gave him a lot of money. And he's a good player, but if he has a jump shot, he could be a great player. They need to incorporate as many video game ideas as possible to the market of the sport of baseball. It's a new generation. 3 to 4 hour games don't work anymore. Yeah, I mean, you're right. And, like, again, I really – hold on. Sorry about that. The mic unplugged. So as I was saying, I mean, as much as I like going to Citizens Bank Park and as much as I like to watch the games and sit there for hours at a time, I could sit there in Citizens Bank Park and watch a doubleheader. I really could. That's just me, though. I feel like doubleheaders used to be exciting. I feel like not a lot of people would go to them much anymore. We were going to take Bisco. The Giants are idiots. Why did they take a catcher when they already have a big catcher prospect and not able? Look, I'm not complaining. We need pitching, and, they took our manager, and they can take a catcher. They can take whatever they want. As long as it's not our guy, I had no problem with it. Yeah. I'm a Nationals fan. We won the World Series. I just want to see them play. It's so annoying how these millionaires and billionaires can't figure it out. Come on. I agree with that, but we all know that sports is a lot about money. We all know that, sports run through billions and billions of dollars. We know that. And it sucks that they're kind of taking advantage of this. But in a way, they just really want to get paid. But they're not even playing all the games. So I understand why the MLB is doing this. But I really do just want to see them play. I'm already hearing rumblings about some NBA players not being on board with don't even get me started on that. Kyrie, whatever Kyrie Irving says, I completely ignore. That there's something wrong with Kyrie Irving's head. There's something wrong with it. So when I hear Kyrie Irving talk, I tend to ignore it. Plus, I really just don't like him. People don't realize how much fun it is to watch a baseball game in person. I feel like I agree with you. I was at the Bryce Harper walk-off game alone, and I made friends, and I talked to people, about it. I agree with you. Watching Bryce, JT, Reese, Kingery hit bombs into the outfield. I'm the type of guy that goes for batting practice. Like, I sit there for hours on end watching the games, batting practice, meeting the play. Like, I just love the game of baseball. I love going to Citizens Bank Park so much that I bought partial season tickets this season. I agree with you, but the younger generation, and I'm a part of that generation, but the younger kids don't, because they have it. I feel like they think it's an older man's sport, if that makes sense. Phillies were not taking Bisco over Abel. I mean, I, again, had no idea about the draft. What is up, my guy Philly Take with RB? Me and him and another YouTuber have some big things in store this upcoming week. Be ready for that. Make sure you go sub up to my guy, RB. Always a real one. He's my guy. Make sure you go sub him up. And if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button on this stream. And if you haven't already, give me a subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And we will be posting a video every day until we hit that goal of 1,000. Thanks for the MLB. I'll be watching that as soon as I get off of here. I do start a new job tomorrow. So with that being said, I get done at around 2 to 4 every day. So the videos might be coming out a little bit later, but I will definitely be posting videos as soon as I get home from work. I'll be recording them, editing them, and posting them right as soon as I'm done. So make sure. So instead of me posting videos around 12 to 2, they're going to be maybe 3 to 5, just so you guys know. But if you have my post notifications on, you should not have a problem with that. Definitely want to upload more Phillies content. Yeah, it's tough. I would love to spend my time talking about 162 Phillies games, especially a time during this where I'm literally doing nothing. Martin is our future second baseman. He wasn't drafted in the first round because of his defense, and he couldn't detect off-speed pitches. But if he can figure it out. Look, he was ranked in the top 30. There's 30 teams in the MLB? I mean, the kid's going to be a stud. I think so. Well, my Flyers had arrived before postseason begins. It's not that job. I'm working for a warehouse, Primo's Hoagies warehouse, if you've ever heard of that. I work for them, but I still do work at Lids. It's just they're not open yet, so I can't get in there. But I will get your hat to you as soon as I possibly can. We had no clue Bark would land to us, so that's why we were going. I think he meant Mick. I am back. Welcome back. I think NBA players don't want to play because of what. That's why I think so. But as a sports fan, as a diehard sports fan, the world needs sports. They do. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Maybe if there was just a little bit of a distraction in the world, like a sporting event, we wouldn't have that. Maybe if we could just sit down, relax, and watch a sports game, like a Phillies game, a Sixers game, or a Flyers game with our friends, with our family, maybe we wouldn't have problems. You know what I mean? Like it's just something to take your mind off of it. And I hope that the MLB comes back along with the other sports. I just hope they do it right. Yes, I actually do think the NFL starts on time. I actually think they start on time with fans in the stands. Noah Bisco, they may have taken the outfielder the Mets got. Pete Crow, yeah. I mean, yeah, I knew what you meant. I think, like, honestly, I really do believe that they need sports. What is up, my guy, Jeff? Glad you can make it out to the stream. I'm so over this no attendance crap. If you want to keep your team play and are willing to take the risk, you should go. Again, we've had this conversation a lot, me and you, especially on my videos and even in live stream. I would do whatever it takes to get back into the stadium. Any of them. I would wear a mask for 3 hours. If you want to test me, go ahead. Test me. Test me for corona if you really want me to. If you really need me to, I will do it. I need to be back in these stadiums. Wells Fargo, the Link, and Citizens Bank. I spend the majority of my time in those stadiums. And my friends know that. I take them to games. I buy, I literally have nothing else but Philly sports gear in my closet. That's all I wear. Every day is Philadelphia sports. If we were taking an outfielder, we were taking Mitchell. I was talking about him. Yeah, I do remember that. Now, we were saying I think the world needs sports because just to get our minds off of stuff like that. Who do you think is the number 2 corner? I'm going to go with Avonte Maddox right now, but I think it could be Sidney Jones by the start of the season. Putting on the pinstripes today was bittersweet feeling. Nothing better than putting on that jersey going out to it. Dude, there's nothing better. And that's why I had to buy partials to have that experience minimum 20 times a year. You know, I spend so much money on these teams that the least they can do at a time like this is just play. You know what I like? It does look selfish on the players, but I'm not blaming them because those are the guys I root for. Bryce, Kingery, Hoskins, Embiid, Simmons, Giroux. These are the guys that I root for. So I'm not putting it on the players. But at the same time, it does come off as a little selfish. Watch Clay Travis from Fox Sports videos on YouTube. He's even declared publicly that this Corona case. I actually don't mind the NBA format. It's a little odd, but it's whatever. Yeah, I mean, Citizens Bank Park. I have this discussion all the time with my friends. When we rank the stadiums, because we've obviously all been there. Like, we're old enough now that we could just go into Philly whenever we want. We can watch a game whenever we want. We have the money. We can do stuff like this. Citizens Bank Park is the nicest stadium I have ever been to, especially in Philadelphia. Now, I've only been to a couple. I've been to Madison Square Garden. I've been to the Barclays Center. I've been to Camden Yards. They are decently nice. Madison Square Garden is nice. I would pick Citizens Bank over any of them. I really do enjoy going to those games. Dollar Dog Night, watching the Fanatic ride out on his bike. It's just awesome. And it sucks that we can't do it right now. What do you think about Dwayne Haskins working out with Antonio Brown? I didn't even know he did that, to be honest. I feel like Antonio Brown is just such a cancer right now to any team that he would go to. He would just distract anything from anybody. But I don't know, honestly. When people tell me baseball is boring, I ask them if they've ever gone to an actual game. 10 times better. Dude, going to a baseball game, there's nothing better than going to a baseball game on a nice summer night, eating a hot dog, grabbing a soda, sitting out in the outfield and watching the Philadelphia Phillies play. There's nothing better than that, I'm telling you. I'm a diehard Philly sports fan. The Sixers are my number one team. I have season tickets to the Sixers. And there's nothing better than going to Phillies games. Sources say the Philly scouts really liked Crow. Do you think seating matters in the NBA? Because I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters either. There's no home crowd. So it's not it doesn't matter to me. Is Aaron Altherr really in Korea? Oh, don't even get me started. That kid was nuts. He was goofy. The thing is, these players already have enough money to live a full lifetime, and they're still getting paid millions in a shortened season. I understand in a sense, but at the same time, it's just dumb. Like, I understand your career could end in a second. It takes one bad hop, one bad injury, and you're done. I get that. And you got to make the money while you can to provide for your family for the rest of their lives, for the rest of your grandkids' lives. I understand that. You guys are making more than any of us watching, going. You make more than us. College or high school, I just wanted talented players to film on Abel. He's only in high school. Yeah, Mick Abel is really good. I really do enjoy him. I really do enjoy the videos that I've seen. Any Philly stadium is an unbelievable experience. Went to a few Braves games at the old and new stadium while visiting my family, and the stadium felt silent. Bro, Florida has the worst, just Florida in general, Florida, Georgia, down there. They have awful fans, awful attendances. Like, why? It's nice. They just opened a new stadium. They're good. Like the Falcon, like football's different. You're gonna have, but even in football, honestly, the Dolphins don't sell out every game. The Eagles fans took over that game and we still lost. But the Braves are a very, 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 very good baseball team. And they don't draw fans. And you see us struggling to get fourth place, get third place. We're still in the stands. One of our signees reposted my story. It's dope. I love going to the Phillies home game. That's what I'm saying. Like, baseball is just a time where I go to just relax. Like, I just go there because they're cheap too. I'm not going to a playoff game. I'm going to a regular season baseball game against the Marlins, against the Brewers, against the Braves, Nationals. I'm going to spend my $15 to get into the game, and then my $10 for food, and then I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch the game. I live near Tropicana Field where the Rays play nothing like baseball in a warehouse. Yeah, I mean, the Rays were a good baseball team, and they didn't sell out. Glad you can come back. I hate the camera angle at Braves games. It's really the that whole Florida, Georgia, they bother me. Lightning hockey is big in Tampa, in Atlanta. Believe it or not, they love MLS soccer. I didn't know that, actually. I was the only one wearing Phillies jersey to a Braves Brewers game, and the only thing I got from a fan was go back home. I can't even name top. Wow. You can't name 10 baseball players? That's crazy. See, that's a problem. Like, not for you, but for the media. They got to, like, that's crazy. If that was a Braves fan in a Phillies game, dude. Oh, dude, there's been some moments with me and some fans, I'm telling you. It's always been the rivals, and it's always been the drunk guys, too. I've gotten in fights with Mets fans, Celtics fans, a Thunder fan. Not like physical fights, but like yelling back and forth at each other. Like where it's just like it gets to the point where they become obnoxious and they're getting killed. Like they lose. Like the Celtics game last year. We beat them. Jimmy Butler hit the shot. And we beat them. There were Celtics fans sitting outside Wells Fargo Center with, signs and stuff saying, "Oh, we're still better than the Sixers." Like, go home. Like, why? So, we got into an argument, and the amount of Philly fans that came and surrounded these guys, city of brotherly love. You really can't get anything better than that. Philly might be the biggest city in America where we don't give a crap about soccer. My uncle's the only Union fan I know. The Union are odd. They are just in a terrible located place in Philly. They're not very good. Like, they're decent, but the Union have a ton of fans. Like, a ton of fans. I've been to a couple Union games. Those guys are nuts. They have their own song. They bring down, like, flags. Like, it's just the tailgates to those games. Like, these people tailgate for hours at a soccer game. I'm telling you, like, these people are nuts. If you've never been to a Union game, I would suggest it. They're pretty fun. Yeah, they usually do. Mike Trout might be one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Yeah, honestly. Like, it's gotten to the point where Mike Trout probably is the greatest baseball player of all time. I'm going to say it. I think he's the greatest. I think when it's said and done, he is going to be the greatest baseball player of all time. I truly believe that. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, it's nuts. The Angels aren't a big market team. If he came to Philadelphia or the Dodgers or the Red Sox or the Yankees, like, even Philadelphia, even as bad as we've been, he would still get more. Like, you saw what Bryce Harper did. Like, Bryce Harper, he rose. Like, he was already great. He was already very well advertised. He was the biggest name in baseball. But what are you going to do? Trout's biggest problem is where he plays. Fans on the East Coast might miss out. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I saw Mike Trout actually play a baseball game because I just don't have interest in staying up that late for a game that my team's not a part of. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You need one more for 10. I've been to a couple of Union games with my uncle. It is fun. My uncle actually has season tickets, and he only goes. Did he go to the playoff game? Because that playoff game was dope last year. So, do you guys agree with me that when July comes and camps open, that marks the start of the NFL season? Yeah, that's pretty much the start for me. My uncle has season tickets right next to the Irish guys with season tickets. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, Union, they draw big crowds. Yeah, that too. He's on a terrible team. Once the Angels suck for 4 more years and they have to move $250 million or more of that contract, I'm praying John Middleton finally. Yeah, dude, if we can get Mike Trout and Bryce Harper in the same outfield, that would be awesome. Yo, my dog is really barking right now. But honestly, that would be just awesome. Yeah, Spence's stupid money. I hope you're wrong. Honestly, I really hope you're wrong on that one. But I hope. I hope, man. No, I don't. Is he opting out? The as much as I like Bohm, and I feel like as much upside as Bohm actually does have, I feel like Arenado is just like Arenado really could be the second greatest third baseman of all time, behind Mike Schmidt. And again, people don't know much about Nolan Arenado. His team sucks. He's on later games. Let's hear an MLB starting 9 take any current players in the league right now. One for each position. All right. You guys also make your starting 9 in the comments down below. I will start with mine. I'll start from the outfield and work my way to the infield. So in center field, I obviously have Mike Trout. Right field, I will go Mookie. I'll go Mookie Betts over Cody Bellinger right now. Right field. Wait, does Mookie play left field or does he play right field? I'm not sure. All right, when you're in the outfield, you can basically play. You can play anything when you're in the outfield. I'm gonna go Mookie, Yelich, and Trout in the outfield. Third base, I'll go Arenado. Shortstop, I'll go. Who's a good Lindor. Second base. No, do I go Javi Baez, or Lindor on short? I really do like Javi Baez. Wait, I can't. I don't know. I'm gonna look up what positions these guys play because I'm getting confused. All right, so Javi Baez does play second base. So I'll go Javi at second. I'll put him at second base. And first base, I'll go Freddie Freeman. Catcher, I'm going to go JT. And pitcher, I will go Garrett Cole or DeGrom. And then if I had to choose a DH, probably go Bellinger. If we're just picking any, but if I can't, Stanton or Judge, maybe. I don't know. But let me know your guys' starting 9 in the MLB. Yeah, he did, but it's possible to get traded. I know. If we're getting a big free agent, we need to get a pitcher and outfitter. Yeah, agree. During the Sixers game against the Pistons, I was actually at that game. And, well, about Corona or that the season was getting canceled because I heard about Corona when my school got canceled. What is up, Vinny? Bryce, Mike, Yelich, Nolan, Lindor, Baez, Freeman, JT, Clayton. Yeah, so we have a lot of the same people. Not what I expected. What is going on, Superhero 18? Glad you can make it to the stream. Student at school did research on it when to figure out about it. Yeah, I learned it in school. Maybe. Maybe not. Not sure yet. I'll let you know. I'll text you. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you smash that like button on the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And, I'm probably going to do this for about another 50 so minutes. Probably I'll go to an hour and a half. So here's a question. I know less about baseball than football and basketball combined, but what were the Phillies able to do successfully to build their OA team, and what do they need to do now? Well, we drafted a lot better. We had Rollins, Howard, and Utley through the draft. We don't have that now. We have what's his face? No, we had Nola. He was drafted. Kingery was drafted, but that's not Chase. That's not Rollins, and that's not Howard. You got your superstar in Bryce Harper, which we didn't really have back then with a trade, but we had it with built-in players. And we were a lot better, I felt like. Like we were managed better. We were our general manager was better. Everything was just better. In the things that are lacking now. Manager, GM, just things like that. Drafting is a big thing. We drafted Mickey Moniak, number 1 overall in 2017. Half of you guys probably don't even know who that is. He was the number 1 pick, hasn't made his MLB debut yet. What is my favorite sport? Basketball. Superhero that, yeah. What is up, Philly girl? Make sure to go subscribe to her account. I'm going to go for a little bit. I might be back for later, but for now, I'll see you. Yeah. Again, drafted. These, all of these things, they were just better. We were just better. And then in 2009, you had Lee. You had, that was your accusation, whatever you want to call it. You got Bryce, you got Cliff Lee. 2010, Halladay, Oswalt, Blanton, Lee, Hamels. We just got things done that were not done, that are not done now. It's just, I don't even know, man. It's hard to explain because I was so young back then. I was only 7 when we won the World Series. But from what I can see, we were just better at everything. We were better at drafting. We were better managed. We were better with our GM, with our moves. Exactly what RB said. We had he was amazing. We don't have that now. Hector Neris is our closer, not Brad Lidge. I watched Philly RB's video, so it seems like though we won't know years from now, but it seems like we might have had a solid draft. I agree. I think we had a very good draft this year. But will it pan out? Will Casey Martin pan out? Will he be good? I don't know. The only way to find out is if they play. And for some odd reason, we don't like playing some of our guys. Like, the Braves are so good. Look at their players. Ronald Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, Dansby Swanson. They were all drafted. And look at them now. First place in the NL East. They will probably be first place in the NL East for a while. Exactly. When are you going to start formulating your fantasy draft league? I can start figuring everything out probably mid-July. Who do you think are going to have the top 3 records in the NFL? Ravens. Ravens definitely. Chiefs and Ravens, I think, definitely have the top 2. And maybe somebody in the NFC, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of teams, but I don't really got any. Maybe Saints, Bucks, Eagles, Vikings, all. I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard one. But I think the Ravens and Chiefs definitely got the top 2. Yeah, we definitely do. The last few years has been a bunch of dude. Don't even get me started on the bullpen. Been awful. I remember reading back a couple years ago with that Moniak pick, and he was a speed demon on defense, not much offense. Maybe that's why he just sucks. Like, he doesn't play. Like, I just don't understand. How are you the number 1 pick and you're still not in the MLB yet? I mean, obviously I just don't know. I don't keep track of much that goes down in the minors. If we're lucky enough to have a guy go 6 or 7 solid innings, our bullpen comes, dude, it's so bad. And we tried to get our bullpen better, but we just signed a bunch of old dudes. Pat Neshek, David Robertson, who was a very good player, but then he held out all season just to not get Tommy John surgery. So annoying. Kid to watch in the Phillies minors catcher Rafael Marchin. It would be a good backup. Hopefully we could sign JT. It's very tough in evaluating baseball talent. You pick Moniak. Yeah. Moniak's biggest issue is power. Your number 1 pick. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. We're just. If we have an MLB season, I'll try to understand it. The only reason why I know the main rules is because of Wii Sports. Yeah, it's solid. Baseball, you got to be interested in it. I'm thinking at this point I'm going to go try out for setup, man. Yeah, I really do think that if you can pump probably 85 to 90, 92, I feel like you could do better than some of our pitchers. Who do you think is the best hitter on the team? Best hitter for contact? Gene or Didi? I think Gene's probably the best hitter. But the best player is Bryce. The best offensive player is JT. The best up-and-coming player, I guess you could say. I don't even know. I don't know, but I do think the best hitter is Segura. Gene, best hitter. Interesting. So do you guys have a sport you like to play in real life. I like to swim whenever I get the chance. It's a nice way to relax. I play a lot of sports outside. Like in real life, I do try to play as many sports as I possibly can just to stay in shape and stuff like that. I play in a men's flag football league, and I also play basketball. Basketball is probably the best sport. Football is probably my best sport, but basketball I enjoy playing the most, just because I could play basketball for hours and not even notice. Andrew McCutcheon is a good pick. Yeah, McCutcheon going down, dude. It was so bad. It was honestly so bad, and we were really good before that. Before he went down, he was really good, and now we're just wasting these guys' contracts at this point. We only have McCutcheon for 2 more years, including this season. So if we don't even play this year, we're only going to have him for 1 more year. He's already past his prime. So it's just so annoying, man. I hate what they're doing with baseball right now because they should have been playing. They should be playing. Are you in Philly or outside the area? I live in South Jersey. I'm probably like 10, 15 minutes away from all the stadiums. So and my aunt lives right on 13th. So it's very close. You should make videos of you playing flag football. You would get so many more subs. I would do that on a second channel. Like I would do like an in real life sporting channel if I was to ever do that, of me playing basketball outside with my friends or just doing trick shots and scoring touchdowns and stuff like that, making good catches. I would do that on a second channel. But this channel, I really just want to keep it with just Philly sports, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Like I want to keep this as business oriented as possible, see if I can ever make something out of this. And I would just like to keep it like that. But if you guys would want to see that, maybe one day in the future I can make a second channel. So if you guys want to talk about anything, drop it down below right now. I'll put my intake on it. You guys all put your intake on it after I do. We could do something like that. If you guys want to talk about Sixers, Flyers, doesn't really matter to me. I read a book on Jackie Robinson, mostly about racial problems, but they also talked about how baseball and boxing were the main sports. I mean, boxing was big back then. You had, not during Jackie Robinson's time, but yeah, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, guys like that. Those are like the big guys. How many wide receivers do you make the team and who? So this is the first question we'll start off with. So I think 6 make the team. I think Djax, Arcega-Whiteside, Marquise Goodwin. I'm forgetting a bunch of them. Who are our receivers? Djax, Arcega-Whiteside, Goodwin. I'm literally drawing a blank right now. This is bad. This is really bad. Hold on, guys. I'm going to look up the current roster because I'm drawing a blank. It's been a long day, and I got to wake up a little earlier than usual tomorrow. So, Rager. So we got Djax, Rager, Goodwin, Arcega-Whiteside. I said 6, and I'm missing 1. This is annoying me, honestly. I'm sorry. Sorry about this. I think Quez Watkins makes it. Oh, Greg Ward. And I do think I think Quez Watkins makes it over John Hightower. So speaking on Sixers basketball in the draft that will now be in late August, interesting. If the 76ers stick with Ben at point guard, I'm thinking we need to draft a 3 who can guard 4s who can also shoot. Have a good night, Philly girl. Glad you can make it to the stream. Which, if that sounds like a lot, it does. I've never even heard of a small forward slat. But I'll be on the lookout for that. All right, so here's the thing. I do pay attention a lot more to the college basketball players in the NFL or in the college football players more than anything. I do watch that. I will be doing a bunch of videos, a bunch of draft videos, probably late July. Or not late July, but July. So be on the lookout for that, and I will definitely get back to you on that. Basically, I agree with you. I do agree with what you're saying, but I do want to keep it for a video just because, See? Exactly. Who do you think is the best 3-and-D shooting guard we could trade for? Best 3-and-D shooter that we could trade for. I don't know. That's a good question. Let me know down below what you guys think. Alshon, yeah. Who do you think our backup offensive linemen are for the 2020 NFL season? So I think the starters are Dillard, Samalo, Kelsey, Lane, and Brooks. I think our backups are Peters. I do think Jason Peters comes back, and I think he does play that backup role. One of the kids we just drafted, I'm pretty sure we drafted two linemen. I can look that up right now. So wait. So who do I think our backup? I do think Peters comes back. Jack Driscoll, he probably is a backup. And those are the two I'm going to go with right now. Welcome back. I mean, as far as shooting guard positions goes, I'm still insanely high on Milton/Richardson, and I want to see if Milton can get extensive blank time. I like Shake. I really do like Shake Milton a lot. It just depends on if he can do it at a consistent rate. All too often, just as Milton finally gets his feet entrenched, something happens. He's too good at certain skills we need to let this be another 76 or let it go. Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. And I do think Shake Milton is a very good player. But we need to see if we can do it at a consistent rate. I would hope the best thing possible is if we could get if Josh Richardson comes off the bench next season for us and we can find a shooting guard to replace him, that would be awesome. Hold on. There's a couple things on here that aren't up yet. So one of the big reasons you think that is because Brett Brown is exclusively using Josh as our backup point guard. But even though he's a solid ball handler, he lacks the court vision to play the point. Yeah, I don't think Josh Richardson should ever play point guard. Matt Pryor is another guy. Yeah. And Maeda is in the – yeah. Prince Tega, I think he could be a backup one day. It's like a quarterback who reads his first target and his only target. That's the first. Yeah, I like Richardson more of a shooter, of a wing guy, than a passer. I think Shake's a better passer and has better court vision than him. How do you guys think the Sixers are going to do this season? Or when the season comes back? Do you think they make it far? Like, let me know what you guys think the Sixers are going to do and how well they're going to do. I'm going to stay on for another 15 minutes. I'm just getting a little tired. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have to get up tomorrow at like 5, go to my job, first day. But I will be doing another live stream Tuesday for my birthday. I'll probably do a stream Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a stream Wednesday, and I'm going to be doing possibly a stream Friday with RB. It's just it depends on if he wants to or not. I also did buy the new software, so I can, bring guys on. I can do a bunch of different things that I couldn't do before, which is dope. I think it depends on if Ben shoots the ball. That's a big if. There's no way of knowing. It's like starting the season all over. It is. I do agree with that. Don't get any of this wrong. His ball handling is in a pinch is nice, and he can shoot, and he's a terrific defender. That's why I want to go small with Ben at the 4. I just don't know, man. I really don't. Like, Ben Simmons at the 4 would just be different to me because he came in the NBA as the guy that was going to run the point for our team, honestly. I mean, it was supposed to be Fultz, but Fultz didn't work. So now we had to go with Ben. Fultz is a bust, in my opinion. In my eyes, Markelle Fultz is a bust. He was supposed to be great. He was supposed to take this team to the next step. And he wasn't. He didn't do that. Markelle Fultz is a bust to me. And I know his career is young. But right now, for what he was supposed to be, for what he was supposed to do for the Sixers, he is a bust. And maybe it's because I just don't like Fultz. Maybe it's because of what he did. But I don't know. Yeah, power forward. Is there any trades that you guys would want to make during the season? I know, or during next season, like during the off season, not next season or this season. During the off season, I think we definitely got to go with, a shooter. I've seen not any rumors, but maybe picking up a score first player in free agency. I think the biggest thing is we have to get rid of Al Horford's contract. And I don't know how we're going to do that. No doubt that Fultz is a bust, but we saw Ben have beast games with Raul Neto. You put Shake Richardson in the same lineup with him, and he's going to dunk on everybody every possession. Look, I love Ben Simmons. I really do. I do enjoy watching Ben Simmons, and he's a great player. I'm not going to lie. He's a very good player. But I don't know if they would do that under Brett Brown. That's what I'm going to say to that. I want Al gone and Brett released. Brett Brown is not a good coach. I don't think the Sixers win with Brett Brown as their head coach. I don't. And, I just don't know. I don't think they win with Brett Brown, though. Do you like Derek Barnett? Yeah, I like him. He's a good player, but this is his last season to really prove what we drafted him for. He was compared to like guys like Reggie White. Like he broke Reggie White's all-time sack record at Tennessee. There's no reason why he shouldn't be able to go out and get double-digit sacks. So I think if he underperforms this year, he won't be on the team next year. But I do like him. He's a good player. But I think what the Eagles drafted him for, I feel like he's just not living up to the potential.
As far as if Ben's game would change at power forward, not really. In transition, he still grabs the boards and go. We still pass to him first to see if he can. Yeah, look, I would play Ben at the 4 because you can do that with like a point forward, but I just don't know. Again, under Brett Brown bothers me. He really does. Derek Barnett for comeback player of the year. That would be dope. The difference is once we pass the half-court line, we can execute a dominant screen and roll game. Look, Ben Simmons, as we know, can jump out of the gym. We've seen him do it. He can dunk on basically any player in the NBA. He's that good. He's that tall. And he's that athletic. If you do incorporate more pick and rolls with Ben Simmons and throw the alley-oop to him or just hit him in stride, that he could just take one step and dunk, I can see that working. But I also see this. I think Ben is better at point. I feel like we would just have to see. And it couldn't be for one game. It would have to be for like a couple games, a week, 2 weeks. And then we'll see how the team performs. Obviously, if you lose like 3 games in a row and Ben Simmons is not at your point guard position, then I think it's time to change him back. But I just don't know, to be honest with you. Hold on, I'm doing something real quick. Hey, we did gain a subscriber. It's dope. So we are at 516 subs right now. Let me know down below what videos you guys want to see me do. Like, let me know. And I'll do them. I will do them all. Because just know that this is an insanely hard time for a sports content creator. So let me know what videos you guys want me to post, and I'll post them. I'll put it like this. Ben has gotten better as a point guard. And this year especially, he stopped doing that 180-degree spin without a plank crab that was responsible for his. Yes, he definitely has stopped that, and that has definitely been better for him. When Ben Simmons shoots the ball, I do think he would be the most dominant player in the NBA because he could just do it all. What will help in the playoffs if we shoot less threes? What will help in the playoffs? See, that's a hard question because, you saw what the Warriors did. They won the championship because they could shoot the 3. You need shooters. This is a shooting league at this point. But I don't know. You got to play like great defense. Where did he pull a Tony Roden and then throw the ball? Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Rank top 10 players at different positions or something. I would watch that. So like give me an example of an out of position player and give me a sport, and I'll do it there. Because you could put a guy like Javier Baez at second, and then he could play that fine because he plays it. But I don't think Carson Wentz can play middle linebacker, and I don't think he would succeed. So give me an example. I honestly don't. Hold on. I mean, yeah, our percentages suck, but we don't have the penetration game to really take advantage outside of Ben Simmons. I miss you, Jimmy Butler. Dude, we need to shoot more threes, but in the flow of the offense and less Horford. Al Horford can't shoot. And I really just I just don't think he can shoot that well. No, I mean like make different vids for each. Oh, yeah, I could do that. So like a top 10 list for safeties and quarterbacks, and I'd probably make, if I had to make a list, it'd probably be a quarterback list before anything. See, you're saying we need to shoot more threes. And me and RB have something special planned this week, and we're going to be talking Sixers a lot on a stream. And I can't wait. I'm very excited to do that with my guy, but all this, like, there's going to be a lot more Sixers videos on my channel than anything. I agree with you. That's why I said less Horford threes, bro. Yeah. When Al Horford pulls up for three, it really just bothers me. It really does, because he can't do it. But I don't know, man. Who do you guys think our best shooter is? Like, pure shooter. Because I have opinions on that. Great player. He killed the Sixers a couple times last year. He killed the Sixers this year. We drafted Furkan and Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot over him. But, it would be awesome to have him. I think the Sixers are the Browns of the NBA, and it pains me to say it. See, I don't think we're the Browns just because we can make the playoffs. Like, we've made the playoffs. We've gotten to the second. Like, the Browns don't even make the playoffs. The Browns of the NBA is like Detroit. Like, they're solid. They got names, but they'll never do anything. Or, like, even Indiana. More like Detroit, because they don't. Shake's a very good answer. He's shooting 37% from three. Yeah, I was going to say that. I think Shake Milton is a better three-point shooter than, Furkan Korkmaz. I think Furkan might be the streakiest player I've ever seen in my life. That man goes for 30 points in 2 games and then drops 0 the very next game after dropping 2. The Knicks are a good answer. I say that because we had so much hype but are not living. We had hype, but at least we're in the playoffs. Like, we had hype that said we're going to win the championship. And so did the Browns. But the Browns didn't even make the playoffs. They did worse than last year. They were awesome. Look, I agree with what you're saying, but the thing is, we're just better than what the Browns can do. You know what I mean? Like, the Browns really have not made the playoffs in a very long time. Who do you guys see? I would like. All right, I'm going to ask the question, but I'm not going to answer it. Who do you guys want to see be the next head coach if Brett Brown gets fired this season? And I'm going to make a video on this, probably either this week or next week. Make or break your door for Baker. Could be the next Manziel. See, I always thought Baker was better than Manziel, regardless. I think Baker's going to have a solid season, and I'm going to say that the Browns do make the playoffs this year. Yeah. I feel like we're just better run. He has 2, not 1, but 2 players, Joel Embiid, that can move around the court, and that is an ultimate advantage in the NBA. Yeah. Look, man, I agree with you. Brett Brown is a very big problem. to this team. I'll see you, my guy. I'm sure I'll be talking to you in the future, probably later today or tomorrow. But I'll see you, my guy. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are they're just great talents. And the fact that he can't make it past the second round with these two is kind of embarrassing, honestly. And I do blame coaching for a lot of things. I don't know any coaches. You're good. Frank Vogel is able to take LeBron and AD and turn them into the best. Yeah, Frank Vogel was a good coach in Indiana. They just never got it done because LeBron was always in the way. Yeah, Brett does need to go. What is up, my guy? Glad you can make it to the stream. So I'm going to stay on for another 14 minutes until an hour and 30 minutes, and then I'm going to hop off. Again, I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be making a video every single day until I hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys want, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. We'll be doing this a lot more. When's the new canvas coming in? I haven't ordered it yet. I'm probably going to order it this week. Just got like $70 today, so probably going to order that because as you can see right here, I do have an Eagles one, 2 Sixers ones, and this Bryce Harper one. So the only one that I need is the Flyers, and then I would put that up every Flyers video. So that's what I have in store for my plans. As far as who I would hire, I want an offensive-minded coach. Jerry Stackhouse was a part of the Raptors coaching tree. I think he's in Memphis now. Yeah, he might be. I'm not too sure. Look, I'm going to make a video on it, but I'm going to have to do a lot of research on it. Brett just does not have respect. Yeah, he doesn't have the respect, and that's why Jimmy Butler is no longer here. Or Stan Van Gundy, as I once mentioned, just someone who's coached a top 10 ranked offense in at least the last 10 years in any serious basketball league. Yeah, look, I would take that too. We need an offensive-minded coach. We have the defensive players. You don't need to teach defense to guys that can already play defense. Richardson, Ben, Embiid, Horford, Tobias can even play a little bit of defense. You need to score. We need scorers. We need shooters. And we don't have that. And I do kind of blame that on Brett a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I feel like if he would put the right guys out at the right time, if he would put Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson out there a little bit more with Ben Simmons, I feel like they would get open just a little bit more. And, if they don't make their shots, then that's on them. But I don't know. Hold on. The comments are loading up on this. So Brett never really pushed players out of their comfort zone. He doesn't. He doesn't hold players accountable. He asks players for that, and it's annoying. Brett is ruining this. He has. I mean, we should be a lot better than we are. Yeah, it's like 45% players, 55% Brett for me. It's more like 60-40 for me. He really just doesn't do it for me. Brett Brown's just not a good coach. The guys hadn't played consistently hard, and Horford should not flinch again until he gets a consecutive stops in a row. Al Horford and Joel Embiid played their best game together the last game of the regular season. And it was like a 30 and 10 or a 30 and 20 game. Imagine if we got rid of Brett 2 years ago, Ben might be shooting. He might be. I feel like if we sign a guy like Mark Jackson as our head coach, we would be a lot better. Like, no lie. No lie. I've been saying that I want Mark Jackson as my head coach. He didn't get it done at Golden State, but he was very close. So as I said again, I'm going to stay on for another 10 minutes and probably get off. And, my birthday is in 2 days, and I'll be doing a stream for that, which is dope. So we need a coach that players respect. Yeah, they do. We need a respectable head coach, and we don't have that. The players really, like Jimmy Butler, really just did not respect Brett Brown at all, and I really don't blame him. Mark Jackson, interesting name. He had step support, and frankly, there's no shame in running into the Spurs. Yeah, I mean, Mark Jackson, he's been a guy that I've been looking at for a while. He's a very offensive-minded coach. He can throw in a little defense here and there. Same thing with Mike D'Antoni, but I don't want D'Antoni. He's too offensive-minded that he just literally does not play. He just would not even play defense. He wouldn't even have us in the defensive format. Yeah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. I mean, we literally just we are a very tall team, and we still have mismatches down low in the paint and on defense. I just don't understand how that actually happens with Brett Brown almost every single time. Your comments are loading. I have it up on my phone to give anybody a wrench that wants one, but they're not coming up here yet. Who else is afraid that Brett is not going to play Matisse? I heard some rumors that he wasn't going to play Matisse, and that's bad. Simmons, Redick, Jimmy, Tobias, and Embiid. That was the squad. That was a great team. Great team. That we had the championship if we beat the Raptors. I'm very afraid of that because Brett Brown already has shown that he's reluctant with Matisse. The man doesn't like playing young players in the playoffs. We've seen it before with Brett. Brett Brown, I just don't understand. This man really bothers me to the point of where it's hard to watch Sixers basketball sometimes. I'm being honest with you guys. It's honestly pretty hard to know that Brett Brown just completely messes up all the time. And I don't know, man. And people blame it on the players, and a lot more people blame it on Brett than most. But you can't really blame us. And I was too at first. It's true that Matisse takes some really hard defensive angles, and yes, you can. Matisse is too good not to play, though, especially on defense. Yeah, he doesn't. Oops. But he has the fastest quick twitch speed I've ever seen on the defensive end that can get him. Yeah, dude, Matisse Thybulle. He's different on defense. He's very good. He's very handsy. He's a pest. And he's a bigger pest than Patrick Beverley because he's taller. I mean, it's a lot harder to get around a 6'6" guy than a 6'2", 3 guy. If Matisse went to football, he would be a ball hawk. I will definitely say that. He would read defense. He would read offenses so well. We would have beat the Raptors last year if we didn't have a coach. Remember the last 3 minutes of Game 7? Awful. We should have won regardless. It's like Brett Brown really played Greg Monroe for like 2 minutes and he was -9. You just don't take out and beat it. Like, it's Game 7. I'm sorry, but you don't take out your star players in a Game 7 for that long. Like, we had that game too. I feel like if we brought that game into overtime, we were winning. I really do think that. I think if we brought that game into overtime, we were winning that game. It kills me. It pains me to this day. That shot kills me. So I'm going to stay on for another 4 minutes, and then I'm going to probably get off. Maybe. Who knows? Want to know what I hate about that Game 7? It was pretty much the story of JJ's tenure with the Sixers. We were once again overly reliant on a DHO throughout the game, and we were missing. We were shooting and missing contested jump shots. And it's like, if only we could look. Like, that, again, that goes on coaching. Like, the amount of timeouts that Brett Brown calls in a game, and when he runs out into the court and points at the refs, first of all, he looks dumb. And second of all, it doesn't ever work. His plays are trash. Yeah, it took me a second, but I did end up getting it. The stream turned into hating on Brett. Yeah. Because he sucks. He sucks at what he does. And, oh, man, Brett Brown, man, we should have a championship. If it wasn't for Brett Brown, we'd have a championship. Nuts. It's really kind of – it's unfair to think that way, but at the same time, is it that unfair? Because there was literally only one guy that we had to stop that was killing us the entire series, and that was Kawhi Leonard. Like, there's just no reason why we should lose with a lineup of that team. With a team of that line, like, there's no reason to lose with Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Tobias, Jimmy, and Embiid. There's no reason to lose to one man. And this team is the most talented in Philadelphia. Dude, they were so talented. It was amazing. And Elton Brand's work just went to waste. Look at it this year, and because Brett Brown was so bad, he lost two of the 5 starters. And you knew you were going to lose one of Jimmy and Tobias. But I'd rather have Jimmy and JJ than just Tobias Harris. I don't think I'm wrong to say that. It is crazy. It really is. I mean, even with this year's team, like, is there a problem with something in Philadelphia with the coaches and drafting? Am I missing something? Because you look at baseball, Gabe Kapler and Mickey Moniak were probably the 2 most recent terrible things that they could have done in the draft and at coaching. Chip Kelly was garbage, and then you draft a quarterback in the second round. Ugh. I don't know, man. Fultz, Brown, there's just too many. Hackstall, too many. Brett would be lucky. Now, I promise you he'll get another head coaching job. Speaking on the GM, Elton Brand has actually been a good drafter. That was a small one. Look, Matisse Thybulle was a great draft pick. I was at the draft. I didn't think it was a good pick at the time. I didn't like it. I love it now, though. It pains me, man. Yeah. Landry Shamet was a good value pick. Moving up to steal Matisse, I do want to see the flea market Durant Shayok in the NBA. Look, Mario Shayok was a very good player in the G League this year. And especially with the didn't he drop he dropped some insane or a buzzer beater or something. Like he had a game that actually made House of Highlights. I like Shayok. You know, he's not I'm not saying he's Durant, and I'm not expecting him to be Durant. He was late in the second round. He's not Durant. But hey, you can find players anywhere. Isaiah Thomas was third place in the MVP that year with the Celtics. He was the 60th overall pick. Not all great players have to go number one. I thought it was a C pick at the time because I wasn't sure how his defense would translate. Yeah, dude, Matisse Thybulle, he really has he's exceeded my expectations. I didn't think when I heard that we were going to be drafting a kid from Washington again, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, we didn't learn from the last time. What is up, my guy? The Philly Talk podcast. Make sure to go sub him up. Great Philly content creator. Great Eagles videos, great Sixers videos. I'm excited for the NBA return. You know, maybe one day in the future we can get something going. Maybe I can bring him on here. He could bring me on his channel, something like that. But it would be dope to do a collab. Make sure you go sub him up right now if you guys haven't already. Mario could be a diamond in the rough. Look, if you really think about it, Shake Milton's kind of like a diamond in the rough. Like, if you really think about it, Shake Milton was a second-round pick too. And look at him now. So to me, it's like keep Elton Look, Brett Brown should not be a head coach anymore, especially on this team. We're too good to be this poor. See you, man. Glad you can make it. What is up? We're just talking some Philly sports, just talking mainly about Brett Brown. That's been the topic for the last 15 minutes. We've kind of just been discussing Brett. So how far do you think we can go into the playoffs if they come back? That's a good question. I kind of made a video on it, but you really got to think about it's going to depend on the shooting. It's going to depend on Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Brett Brown. I said in my video, and I said it was more of a bold prediction than anything. I said that we could make it anywhere. We could win the finals. We could do anything. I think realistically we make it to the second round and probably fall off. But I hope to at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think realistically, I think we lose in the second round, depending on who we play. Yeah, that's nuts. When you look at it like that, that is pretty bad. There should be no reason for that. It's sad. It really is. It's sad that we are this poor we are a very good team and we are just poor. Honestly, I just don't even know what to say. We should just be so much better than we are. And I don't know how many of you guys go to Sixers games, but I see it with my own eyes. I see it live every game. These boys just don't want to play under this guy. If we lose in the second round for the third year in a row, Josh Harris has to be on the hot seat too. Are we for real or are we doing this for playoff tickets and revenue? Look, Josh Harris, what he is doing with this whole Mets, Devils, Sixers thing, it worries me. It bothers me more than anything. And I didn't get the chance to make a video on it, but when you think about it, like, it looks bad. It looks bad on his part because is he doing enough? Like, is he doing enough, or is he just doing this for the money? And that could be the case, but then you have to be gone because I'm not dealing with another 40 or another. I can't deal with the losing in the second round every single year. Like, we dominate the first round. We've lost 2 games in the first round the last 2 years. And then we just fall apart in the second round. Opportunistic capitalist sellout. This team has so much potential, but we have a coach named Brett. We also have players that just don't shoot. Like I love Ben Simmons. But if he just attempted jump shots, I think we would be a lot better than we are. You have to guard a shooter. And he doesn't shoot. You can back off of Ben Simmons 10 feet. You know he's not going to shoot. I want him to shoot the ball. I need him to shoot the ball. But, I do blame most of it on Brett. And I will say that because I don't like Brett. But, again, you got to say, are your stars doing enough? Is this guy doing enough? Is this guy doing enough? And that's really what it's going to come down to. I think Ben Simmons is the key. Ben shoots, I think we win. I think we can win this year if he starts shooting, even if it doesn't go in. If he puts players on notice for those 8 games, and then we go into the first round and we win, things could get scary for other teams. What is up, my man? Manny Montoto. Make sure to go sub him up. Like my comment yesterday, it depends on Ben's to see how far we – yeah. You could back up from him 10 feet, but like Ben himself said, he's got to take advantage of that space to drive because that with his first step, he's able to get to the rim like that. I'd also like it if he had a consistent floater to his game or at least a mid-range shot. If Ben Simmons had a mid-range jump shot, I think he would be fine. The man really just doesn't shoot. And it worries me. He's so good, but yet he has so many flaws to his game. I got 10. Dude, I've had multiple. I've had 26. Every time we lose, I feel like it's on Brett in some way. Brandon Roy was a good player with bad feet and bad knees. I mean, he really could do nothing about it, but I see what you're saying. Like, he was a good player. But Ben could be a lot better. Like, Ben really could be a top 3 player in this league. And I feel like he just has to take advantage of it. Because you look around Philly, and we have some of the most hated players in the leagues. Bryce Harper. Or disrespected. I'll say that. Bryce, Ben, Embiid. These guys are all world talent. And they don't really get treated like it. One underrated thing I don't criticize enough with Brett is his substitution pack. Oh, don't even get me started on the bench. He's terrible. What would Jalen Hurts be on the Eagles? Backup quarterback. It's probably all he'll ever be. He might be a trade piece, honestly. That's what I can see. I see Jalen Hurts being a trade piece. Play him for a couple games, play him a couple snaps, see what he can do. If it looks like he has potential, trade him. Maybe not this year, but I'm talking about next year. Trade him for a first round pick. If you need a wide receiver that bad, trade him for a first round pick. I would do it. Draft the wide receiver in the first round. That's what we should have done that this year, is trade that second round pick. Brett subs 5 in and 5 out in the only way. He does that, and it's like not even good subs either. Like he'll put in we would go from the tallest lineup to like not even a lineup that's even competitive anymore. As an example, why do we take out our players just as they're getting hot? He has a preset way he wants his rotation to go, and it doesn't. I've seen Tobias Harris and Josh Richardson have moments this season where as soon as they get hot, they get taken out. And it seems like the only guy he doesn't do that with is Furkan Korkmaz. Like, honestly. Like, if you really think about it, Furkan Korkmaz can have some of the worst shooting performances ever, and he'd keep them in. But as soon as Josh Richardson or Tobias Harris or Embiid, start dominating, they get taken out. And I understand that Embiid is a little bit different, but there's no reason to take Tobias and Josh Richardson out every single time that they seem to get hot. That Warriors game basically summed up 2020 in a nutshell to me. Like, it was just I thought we were going to be so good, and it just fell apart so quick. Like, oh, man. Neto / Furkan couldn't defend worth crap, and all of us were screaming to take them out. Dude, the amount of times I yell at Brett Brown from the top of my seat to say, take Furkan out of the game, take Neto out of the game because they can't defend. And we're down, like we're losing, and they still don't get taken out. Like, I don't understand. They're not even scoring. Brett is very stubborn. There was a story that Ben told Brett to keep Tobias, and when he was hot, Brett said, I will do what I want. Brett Brown's an idiot. This stream went from let's talk Philly sports to let's bash Brett Brown, but honestly, there's just so many times where like he's just messed up this season. It's bad. It's sad too. Just by improving the substitution pattern, you could probably add 5 wins to the current record. There's no way we should only have 39 wins. I'm sorry, but with this team, I expected us to be where the Raptors are now. And that's where good coaching takes place. Nick Nurse is a great coach. And that's why the Raptors are in second place. I've gotten a lot of stress out tonight. Yeah, so have I. I mean, I was going to get off at an hour and 30 minutes and stayed on because who doesn't like bashing Brett Brown? If you had to pick from a Philly game, which one would you watch? Probably this year it would be the Flyers, 100%. But I think just regardless, it'd probably be the Eagles or the Sixers. Just because the Phillies aren't there yet. The Eagles is football, so obviously I want to watch that. The Sixers are my favorite team, so obviously I'd want to watch that. And the Flyers haven't been very good. But if it was this season, I would definitely pick the Flyers. But all time, it would probably be the Sixers and the Eagles. Most likely the Sixers. Like I said, I'm jealous of the Raptors. Fire coach of the year. Go get Nick Nurse and Kawhi, and that franchise has changed for the better. Look, I don't care how many wins Frank Vogel and Mike Budenholzer have. I don't care what position they're at, what seed they're at in the standings. Nick Nurse deserves Coach of the Year. Every single person had the Raptors bottom tier team in the East. 7th seed, 8th seed, 6th seed maybe. They're in the 2nd seed. They're dominating teams. They've beaten the Bucks. They've beaten the Sixers. They've beaten the Celtics. He should win Coach of the Year. I don't care what the standings say. What is your favorite Philly sport moment, not counting the Super Bowl? I'll go one from each sport. Sixers' first playoff win. That was just a dope experience. Phillies, Bryce Harper walk-off. Because I was there. I wasn't really there. I was there, but not really for the Phillies, if you kind of know what I mean. Flyers. One of the Flyers versus Sabres playoffs, Game 5. And Eagles. I don't even know. There's a lot of them. Probably beating the Vikings. If you had to replace a player on the Eagles, who would you choose? If I had to replace him. If I were to replace a player, who would you choose? I mean, Derek Barnett, I guess, and pick up Yannick Ngakoue. Interesting question. For me as a Sixers fan, it's got to be the win over the Cavaliers 2 years ago where Brett Brown, when Ben went mano a mano with LeBron. Yeah, that was a great game. My favorite Sixers game I've ever been to, excluding playoffs, because playoffs is obviously a little bit different. Beating the Celtics at home to basically say that, wow, we're better than you. Like, we're going to own this rivalry for the next so many years. When Jimmy Butler hit that game winner against the Celtics, that was the best game I've ever been to in any sport, excluding playoffs. Ben playing at that level with that talent, with those stakes, showed yeah. For all his awards, I don't want to trade. Nah, neither do I. Both will be NBA Hall of Famers, and I want them to spend that time here. So do I. I want them both to have their jerseys in the rafters, and I want both of them to win multiple championships with the Sixers because they have the potential. Who do you think is the best Philly sport athlete? Joel. I think Joel Embiid's the best. I think he's been here the longest. 2 out of the top 4 guys, I would say. Top 5 guys. Top 5 is probably Ben, Joel, Bryce, Carson, Giroux. Not in any specific order, but I think Joel is. It felt like a cloud was lifted over his shoulders when Jimmy hit that shot. It really did. I mean, that's exactly what I said. Probably about 10 more minutes. I'll probably get off at 2 hours. I said I was going to get off at an hour and a half, but, we're going to keep it going. Might as well. There's nothing else to do. So, and plus, I like talking to you guys. I like interacting with my subs. Best athlete is probably Wentz. I love all our athletes, but what Wentz can do with his arms and legs is special. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think the second best is definitely Carson. If we keep our O-line healthy and our other skill position players healthy, we could do some damage. Look, the Eagles were a very good team, and they had basically nothing. Carson Wentz is a God-given talent quarterback. How many banners do you have behind you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. And it's funny because when I put this up, it was like the exact amount that I had to make a circle. And I actually have more. I have I have the Union. I have another Phillies one. I have another Sixers one somewhere. I have two more Phillies ones actually. I have a lot of them, but I like my room is just decked out in Philly sports. It's crazy. I love it though. So it gets me something to do, and I like talking it, and I like talking to you guys about it. It's dope. Whoops. Like I could talk Philly sports to you guys all night, but again, I got to get up a little bit earlier than I normally would tomorrow morning. So I'm probably going to get off in about 10 minutes. I need to start watching soccer. This coronavirus thing, yeah, it does. And I agree with you. I would love to start watching soccer. I would love to watch the Union. I would love to talk about them. I just don't know enough about them. So when that comes back, I'd wait a year for me personally. I would do, NBA, NHL, MLB, NFL all over again. And by the next soccer season, if I can sit down and watch the Union play and learn the rules and learn this and learn that, I think I could do it. Who's your most hated Philly coach of all time? Chip Kelly. As much hate we talked on, as much as we just talked about Brett, Chip Kelly was a moron. Chip Kelly ruined the Eagles. Yeah, it's just been everywhere. Since you want, no, I'm actually doing a stream on Tuesday, so I'll do a Tuesday night stream, and we'll just talk Philly sports again. Maybe I'll have RB come on with me. We can just talk. Who knows though? Eddie Jordan, he was bad. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely going to just hit 2 hours and then get off. Philly girl. Like this dude once had Drew Holiday as a fourth stringer as his so-called right to passage behind Royal. Dude, it's bad. The Sixers were really run by some bad coaches. Thank you. I really do appreciate all the birthday wishes. Oops. And, we're going to keep grinding this out until 1K, which is dope. I'm going to really try to post a video every day until that 1K mark. That's the goal. Agree with everyone on the appreciate you. I'm watching Shrek while listening to this. I haven't seen that movie in forever. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go subscribe to Philly Girl. Obviously you can see almost at 100 subscribers. Make sure to go smash that like button on her videos. It's dope. Philly content creators got to help everybody out. So yeah, make sure to go sub her up if you guys haven't already. How many subs are you at right now, Philly girl? I appreciate you. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. If you post a video every day, I'll be in your comments every day. Yeah, I mean, feel free. I comment to I respond to basically everybody. I try to anyways. Yeah, I mean, you're in here a lot. Gotta give respect where respect is due. That's dope. So yeah, you guys see it. She's at 94 right now. Make sure to go subscribe to her. Let's get her to 100 subscribers. That's always a dope feeling when you see that triple digits. I had the same experience when I first started. 100 I thought was so far away. And, it's just a dope feeling. And now we're at 500, man. Like, I can't thank you guys enough, for real. This has been a journey, but, it's only getting started. I'm going to be doing this for a very long time. I'm going to be doing this until I'm old, man. Like, I can really see myself doing this, just coming on here, talking to you guys. You guys are the real ones. No, like, I'm not even lying to you guys. You guys are the real ones. So I'm going to remember you guys. If we ever get big, you guys will always be there. Yeah, I know you guys will always support me in the channel. I'm going to support you guys right back. You're awesome too. I appreciate you. You're welcome. What made you want to become a sports streamer? What made you want to become a sports streamer? I just love talking Philly sports, man. Like, I really just love doing it. Like, I just talk about Philly sports every day. So then I was like kind of thinking to myself, like, yo, like maybe I should start YouTube. Got the worst camera I could find. Started recording. The videos kept getting better, progressing. And now we're here. We're at 516 subscribers. We gained 2 subscribers today. And I didn't even post a video. We're doing a live stream. This video is going to go up after this. After I'm done, it's going to go right up. And, we're just gaining subs every day. It's awesome. And again, I just love talking to you guys every day. Or as much as I can. Definitely go sub to her. Yeah, I mean, I took some time off too. Some YouTubers or streamers hate their fans when they are the ones that made them. Nah, never. I mean, I know you guys. Like, you guys got me to 500. You guys were there when I was at 5. Like, I will remember this. We're at 500 right now. And we're not stopping anytime soon. I can promise you guys that. I appreciate you, man. I try to give my most unbiased opinion as I possibly can. And that's why I think I had some flaws in the beginning of YouTube is I was just a very biased Philly fan. And that's how we are sometimes. But, I got better. We started talking. I made, friends with RB, Philly Mike, Philly 500, just Philly Gate, Steve. There's just so many of them. And, I appreciate you guys a ton. I mean, when I started this, I really didn't think I was going to be able to do anything. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really never thought this would get me anywhere. Never thought that this was going to, take off. And we're at 500 and we're growing every day. And talking to you guys, like, having loyal subscribers just is a dope feeling. Like Sean, Barm, Philly Girl, Manny Montoto, all you guys that are in here, Superhero. I know you guys, some of you guys are a little bit newer to the channel, but I have no problem with that. You guys are for real. You guys, I'm going to be doing live streams a lot. And I'm going to always remember you guys when you come into my comment sections, no matter how big we get. Because this is a family. All Philly sports channels, all Philly sports fans, when they come into my channel, it's a family. Neither do I. I really only watch TV to watch sports, and there hasn't been. Can you remember? Yeah, man. I mean, That's a big goal. 1 million subscribers, that's huge. But yeah, I mean, you comment under all my videos. Yeah, bro. Make that channel. Make that channel, man. I'm gonna hit you with a couple subs. Got my main channel, got this channel. You know, on my main channel, that's where I really watch like a lot of the YouTubers that don't have anything to do with Philly sports. But this channel is strictly just Philly sports. Like I talk, I live, I breathe, I eat, I sleep Philly sports. And I come on here, talk to you guys that also do the same thing every single day. Talk Philly sports with me. Talk Philly sports with RB, Philly 500, Philly Fresh, Philly Mike, all those guys. And again, we're a big family. And we're a young family too. Some of us are young. I'm the youngest one. I'm not even 19 yet. And we're going to keep doing this until the day we stop. But I don't see that day coming anytime soon. It's a family, man. I'm telling you. Philly Nation is right. Yeah, we're still going, man. We started talking about Brett Brown and, kept going. I mean, you know the grind, man. We're on this together. We always say, bro, we're next up. This is the future. Me and RB got some big, big, big things coming in the future. Just believe that. Can make it off a cell phone, YouTube. Yeah, I think you can. I mean, it's better if you have a laptop. It does make it a lot easier if you have a computer or a laptop. I'm telling you, it changed. Like once I moved to a PC, it changed everything. The picture got clearer, the mic, the just the setup in general. Yeah, I mean, soon. Because we're gonna get you there. Trust me. Shout out to all you guys. With that being said, though, I think I'm gonna get off for tonight. We're gonna be back on here Tuesday for my birthday. And we're gonna be doing a lot. I'm gonna post a video tomorrow. We're gonna go stream on Tuesday. Got something planned for you guys on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna go until we hit 1,000 subscribers, and I promise you guys that. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go subscribe to Philly Girl. Make sure to go subscribe to Philly Take with RB. We're up next. We're gonna carry this thing, and I do appreciate you guys a lot. Trust me. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you leave a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace. I'll see you guys. Thank you for watching.